We are
Hello.
live.
Okay. Hello, whoever. Welcome to this week's episode, the return episode of Good Night, everybody. We were off for Christmas vacation last week, and we're back. And Steven has hijacked the show. So, all technical aspects, against my better judgment this evening, are in Steven's hands. So, if something goes wrong,
Yeah, you can blame me.
so we have a great guest tonight. It's nobody. He
Nobody.
is also the sole focus of the show. I don't know what happened, but New
Yeah,
Year will have a new start. Steven, how are you?
I'm all right. And yourself? I'm not used to be. So
You're on
for
the
our
wrong side. It looks like I'm
oh,
looking at nothing. Oh, ew, there
here
we
we
go.
go. So
Better.
for our audience, which is now at least two people, which are viewing on my Catholic
Well,
comedy
this what you've done has been tremendous already. Then
account. So on my
I can't
basically,
see. First of all, I don't like this feeling of lack of control.
yeah,
I can't see anything. I don't know how many people are watching. I can't see comments. I can see comments. There are no comments.
but
I
not
can't
yet.
see. I can't see the logo. I see your lovely dopey thing up there in the corner.
Yep, I
This
know.
is not a Catholic comedy collaboration. This is my
I'm sorry.
show,
Let
of which
me let me
you are the
go ahead.
sidekick.
Let me push. Let me
That's my
change that
microphone. This is
back
total
to.
anarchy.
I know. Powered by StreamYard now
Aren't
or
we supposed to
Catholic
be able
Comic
to
Channel?
not have a logo there? And that's part of the professional. We're professionals now.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to be. Let me just see if I can unclick it. Yeah, no, no logo.
Hey,
There we go.
oh,
No
there we go.
logo. No
By the
logo.
way, we have a new logo. You can't see it here, but I'm pointing as if this is the Price is Right, and you can. But there's a logo. If you're on the YouTube right now, we have a new channel logo, at least temporarily. I look pale. You made me paler somehow. You did it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why, Steven. This is why I'm paler. It's been a million degrees here. I will remind everyone it is Christmas. It's been a million degrees. Oh, we almost died, by the way.
Did you?
There was a big tornado, like a record tornado, which is rare for this part of the state. Came
Yeah.
barreling through and was about to smash the entirety of the city where I am, undisclosed. And by an actual miracle, swung just south of us before it was set to flatten the entire town. We were all in the closet with blankets and pillows and everything over us, huddled down, just praying.
Wow.
It was bad.
That sounds like
I
really
did not like
bad.
it. I didn't care for that. And so I'm still rattled. This is 2 days ago. But anyway, it's hot.
Yeah.
As a result, it has been hot. It's 78 degrees today. 78 degrees. What about you?
I think that the high today was close to that. I think the high today was now I gotta look at it.
Well, you're in
It's like
Arizona, so that's your own fault.
right,
It's not
yeah.
supposed to be like that here.
The high today is was like 60 something 70 degrees. I don't know. It's not telling me
That's
what the
10
high
degrees cooler
was.
than I got.
I know it's not. This is the time of year where I get to enjoy the weather because when it's 180 degrees here and you guys are sitting there
We,
only at like 110,
you have
then
nobody to blame but yourself. But you got a dry heat at least. We got a
yeah,
wet heat.
that's true.
It's wet and muggy and muddy and mosquito-y.
So a couple weeks ago, um,
Regale me with
oh,
stories, Stephen,
okay,
since you
so
put yourself in charge for tonight.
well, I mean, we almost
How many
lost
people are
our.
watching now? They've left.
Uh, I'm sure it's four now. So
Never
this
tell me the
is
numbers.
okay. More than two, but less than five.
I'll never
So
guess that.
yeah, so we almost lost our house in a freak pudding accident.
I don't want
Um,
Stephen.
this is totally kosher. There's no meat involved or cheese. The meat and cheeses they didn't touch. But so what happened was
This didn't.
we were
It
making
didn't
a
happen.
Christmas pudding.
No, this didn't happen. Whatever it
This did
is,
happen.
it
Well,
didn't.
we put the pudding in a towel, which you're supposed to do like a terry cloth or a cotton towel, and we
Well,
put
not just
that
a
to
regular towel. It's supposed to be like a
right. Yeah,
cheesecloth.
it kind of like a cheesecloth. We used the so anyway. You're supposed to boil it for 4 hours, right? We left, and when we came back, and the water had gone away. This was entirely my fault for not like thinking forward about how how quickly the water would evaporate, but it did. And
What are
so
you
the
talking
water, this Christmas pudding, you're supposed to
What,
boil
is
it
it in
for
a
4
bowl?
hours. It's on a pot on the
You had it in a
stove,
towel on the floor.
on a towel in a pot, in
The
water
just
on the
spread
stove.
out all over the floor, Stephen. You just put a
So-
towel full of pudding on the floor. What do you think?
So this is
And you came back, magic, the water's gone. Oh, the floor's wet. I wonder how that happened.
the water is
An
gone.
unrelated occurrence of something has caused
And-
water to miraculously appear on the floor. Meanwhile, my pudding is dry because I put it in a towel on the floor in my kitchen.
The pudding was dry. Well, no, the pudding was cooked, but there was smoke inside of the pot.
No,
Look,
look. A towel doesn't cook anything.
but it was on the stove, and the stove did it.
I thought it was on the floor.
No, it was on the floor. It was on the stove.
Oh, okay. You put a towel on the stove. You can't do that
in a pot.
That's called a fire.
Pot. Water in the pot.
I don't want to hear about you smoking
towel.
pot. We're gonna get demonetized. And this is what happened. You smoke pot and you don't know what you're doing because you're out of your mind and you're throwing pudding towels on the floor. Now, I've told you, you can't do this. Before you do anything, you should text me, isthisdumb.com, and I'll tell you yes, because probably it is.
Okay.
If you're smoking, if you're imbibing the weed, the devil's plant,
you're
going to end up putting towels full of pudding on the floor because at the time, I'm sure it sounds like a great idea. This is something Shaggy and Scooby would do, and we all know what their problem is.
They have lots of problems.
So next time, but the big one is,
Yeah. We're good. We're good. We didn't lose the house. It didn't burn down.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, so pudding
in a pudding flood.
Pudding in a pot filled with water, boiling. So we leave it there. It's supposed to boil for 4 hours.
Where does the pudding go in the pot?
Inside the towel in the pot. Okay. So
I don't understand this, but okay.
So you're boiling the pudding for 4 hours. Now, what you're supposed to do, and what we didn't do, and what we should have done, is we should have let the water, or we should have been home and continuously pouring water into the pot so that it would continue to boil and it wouldn't run out of water.
Was this goat milk pudding?
This is just regular. This is like a Christmas pudding, like a British Christmas.
You have
pudding.
I was going to say a Beckel, but that's not a word. You have a group of goats there that give you the milk.
Yes. Well, we've actually weaned our goats off, so we don't get any milk from the goats. We've weaned off of milking our goats. We've let them be
weaned yourself off of goat milk. Is what you mean.
Yes.
Why have you done this?
Because we get 4 gallons a day from the cow, and so
you told me you drink 2.
It's just a lot of gallons of milk. We have so much butter.
You must
now.
have very dense bones. Because
I do. I mean, I can break steel with not thick steel.
Look how big my fist looks.
And when the closer you get to the camera, the bigger your fist looks. Yeah.
My daughter told me about that. She's 3. She said that's perspective.
Yeah. And you know what? She's got good perspective.
Yeah. Oh, ho.
Oh, so pot.
Was it good? Your goat milk pudding was good?
The pudding.
Chocolate and goat milk, though.
It's not that kind of
it's
pudding.
Adventurous. I'll give you that.
Bread pudding.
I don't like that. No.
Think more like a bread pudding.
No,
that's what we make. That's what we were trying to make. And so you have to boil it for 4 hours.
Food. I'm Italian.
Yeah.
I look like the ghost of Christmas past. But I'm not supposed to be this pale. Huh?
The ghost of Christmas past is a candle.
It's not a candle.
In the book, it's a candle. That's why. And then he takes the thing and he.
Unclear. Who's the big? Come in and know me better, man. That's Ghost of Christmas Past.
That's present. Ghost of Christmas Present.
Oh, there we go. Well, I'm like him.
A jolly ghost.
Full of Christmas roast, ready to fly you out the window.
This is just such great television. I'm telling you right now.
Climb aboard my belly, Stephen. I'll whisk you away to things you've done.
Pot.
Doesn't that sound
water
good?
in it.
That'll be good. That'll be a fun time. Let me take you to the eve of the pudding disaster. You'll remember this, surely. You smoked pot and tried to boil pudding in a towel.
Pudding, towel,
water, good pot. Times. How did you not learn from this? Now, you miserly son of a gun.
Water boils away,
I am
and so what we're left with.
This is wonderful.
Yeah, I know. What
This
we're
is the
left
modern.
with.
How many people left? How many people have left?
None.
No.
So this is keeping people enthralled.
Okay.
Water boils away.
Mm-hmm.
Pot.
Oh yeah.
The water boils away.
When
The
heat is
pudding,
applied,
yeah,
water
the
boils
pudding
away.
stays there.
I had a little bit of college.
In the heat.
Community college.
Cotton catches fire at high heats.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So we come home because we
went. You had left. You had absconded.
Yeah, I had absconded.
The pudding. Side of the pudding.
Absconded the pudding. Came back, and the house smelled like smoke.
This has become Goldilocksian.
The house smelled like smoke. We take the pudding. I take the pot with the pudding.
You got to save the pudding. That was your first thought.
Right. I take it outside.
House is on fire. I must save the pudding.
Well, the house wasn't on fire. It could have been, but it wasn't. I take the pudding outside. I take the lid off the pudding so that all the smoke goes outside instead of inside. And once we introduce oxygen into this equation, the pudding combusts. And so it just big fire in this pot outside of my house, which could have been inside of my house, but it wasn't. That's how we almost burned down the house.
Well, this was a chocolate goat pudding.
This was
not a figgy pudding.
Actually, no, it is. It was a figgy pudding.
That would not have been kosher. This is in the comedy business. This is what we call it, a callback. It would not have been kosher because it would have big bacon in it if it was a figgy pudding.
This was a figgy pudding without meat. It was.
It was a figgy.
Yes.
It had figs.
No fig. So the term fig used to mean any dried fruit. So when you talk about figgy pudding, you could be like dried cranberries, dried cranberries, raisins, currants, stuff like that. Orange peels. That was all in a figgy pudding. You don't have to know if it's true. This is the stuff that we have learned from our research into puddings. Me and my wife.
But your research caused you to nearly burn your house down, so I don't trust much of it.
I understand entirely why you wouldn't. But so that was my Christmas day.
So we're going to play a game today, right?
We are going to play a game, and this is a game that Chris is going to play.
Yeah.
So last time,
it's guess the pudding.
Last time,
Stephen will show me a picture of a type of pudding that he has attempted to make before burning his house down. I will try to guess the flavor of the pudding and the type of milk used in creating this pudding. So, Stephen, present to me the first pudding.
Okay. So
present your pudding. I demand it.
Let's go back. Take a moment.
Okay.
So, last time Chris did a fun thing where he.
Was that last time?
It was last time because it was the last time we didn't do
We
anything.
did. We played guess the name of the 1980s professional wrestler.
And so now we're going to play a game with Chris.
You got them all wrong. You got one right.
Right.
But the rest were so wrong that I deducted your sole point from the exercise.
So what we're going to do is.
Who was our last guest, Stephen? Who was our last guest?
It was it was the musician, right? He had his album that just came out.
It didn't just come out.
No, he had it was the musician who's like these two Christian bands.
Yeah, he just wanted to talk about your goats. That was
that was the weird thing. Yeah, he just wanted to. I think that was our last one.
He has a humane interest in his fellow person, right?
Sure.
Especially those that are outside of his frame of reference. He's in Los Angeles. Not many goat farmers. Who is this? What is this? I don't want to see this.
Oh, this was not. I didn't think it would come up as quickly. But the idea is we're going to. Yeah, no, we ruined it. We ruined part of it. Great TV. So the idea here is that Chris last time forced me to try to go through.
Well, I didn't force you.
Sure.
It was a good idea. You were.
Yeah, no, and I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it would be fun.
You can produce no apodictic proof that you were forced.
No, not coerced, not forced. But so he knows a lot about 80s 80s wrestlers and
No,
their
I don't.
ridiculous
No, I
names.
don't know. I don't know a lot.
You
I don't
knew
know a
enough
lot.
about them that we could do a thing. And
Well, it's
so
you can look up
now,
the names. It's not hard. I mean,
I
but I
have
did
put
know. I did
together.
know something because when I was very young, we would watch the WrestleMania. It was different
Yes.
than it is now. I don't watch it now. Too much grotesquerie and vulgarity.
Vulgarity. So now we're going to do something
Well,
similar.
now they let the ladies wrestle, which is
Yeah.
weird.
Before they just kind of walked around on
That's a
stage. I
problem.
think.
That's a big problem with modernity. The ladies are doing too much stuff.com.
They're doing wrestling and stuff like that. I don't know.
Anything.
If the
Voting.
ladies want to wrestle, I guess that's up to them.
Well,
By the way,
I'm against it.
Talking about like the 80s and 90s, my wife got me a chocolate orange for Christmas. You remember these when these were so big when they came out? Everyone was like rushing to get one of these chocolate oranges.
Well, they couldn't have been that big. They have to be roughly orange sized.
I mean, popular, not big, but you know.
That would be a chocolate grapefruit you're talking about.
I'd go for that. That'd be good.
Yeah, it might be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just eat on camera. It's fine. Just eat on camera, Steven. It's no problem.
It's what I'm very professional. They're sitting right here.
You're wearing a shark costume and eating a chocolate orange on the show.
I am.
Just like Ed McMahon used to do.
Yeah, just like Ed McMahon. So
yes.
One of the things that I spent a lot of time.
You are correct, sir. Yes.
I watched Power Rangers.
Chocolate orange. That's right.
Oh yeah. Hey-oh, chocolate orange.
Hey-oh.
I did
very hungry. Yes, sir.
So when I was a kid, I
used to confuse him with that guy Robin Leach. Remember that guy? The Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous guy.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Enormous house. Don't you wish you could have a house like this? You're one of those pores. You'll never watch it on my show when I yell at you. What are you trying to play? What's the game here? Tell me about this game. Let's go.
Okay, so Power Rangers had a bunch of also similarly really weird and really fun named creatures, monsters. And so we're going to go through and
I have never seen a single episode of this. It looked.
Oh, then this is going to be great. I've got what? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No, this was based
11.
off of the Kaiju culture. Yes, Super Sentai.
Super Sentai.
I know more about that than I do about Power Rangers because I'm a Kaiju film fan.
Right. So I mean, yeah, this it was kind of like the offspring. So you had like the Kaiju films, and then you had from the Kaiju films you had like, was it Ultraman who like
Ultraman and Jet Jaguar, two different guys, similar looking.
Right. And then from there,
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then from there you had like the Sentai, which is the men, men and women who would dress in multicolored suits. Sometimes Bug. I think the Bug guys weren't Sentai. That was a different thing. It was similar too, but offstream from. Anyway, so we have these characters, these monsters. I've got 11 of them that we're going to go through.
11.
And 11. And if this is if this conversation to introduce it is any indication, this will take 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
So, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to let you try to guess the names of these villains. And I was going to start off with one that I thought would be easy.
I will win a Tesla. You told me.
We'll
I prefer a combustion engine, but you know what you can do? You can price those Teslas. I can sell one and get a couple of.
We'll work it out.
Okay.
So this is where we're going to start. This is so I'll give you a couple things about this particular character. This
is Jello Brain.
It's the main villain of the second season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
It's General Jello Brain.
General Jello. No. Actually,
this is the Squiggler.
So this little sharp thing up at the top. I don't know if you can see my mouse here. It comes up and there's a Z on the top of his head. So that's your hint.
This is Zappy the Pokehead.
It is. If anyone is,
can I get one? Let me get one more. Let me get one more.
Oh, go ahead. You take as many guesses as you want, and we'll see if you get it.
This is Wish.com Skeletor.
Close, very close. The name is Lord Zed.
Okay.
He ends up getting married.
We didn't show me the Z.
I know. The picture doesn't have the Z there. I thought it would be fairly obvious.
My
but
next guess is going to be the naked rhinoceros.
That's also very close. But Lord Zed,
don't whatever you do, don't Google that.
No, do not. You can Google Lord Zed. So his story.
Don't Google the naked rhinoceros.
Is he ends up getting
have
married?
Your filters on if you do.
He ends up getting married to the main villain of the first.
All real rhinoceros
the first season
are naked, actually.
True. I think if you type clothed rhinoceros, you might get weirder results than naked.
Probably get that guy from Spider-Man.
Or that scene from Ace Ventura.
I don't want to see anything from Ace Ventura.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Those
anyone
are my least favorite popular movies ever. I don't understand. Very annoying.
My wife is a huge fan of the second one. I never saw the second one.
Well,
I
like Home Alone 2 better than Home Alone 1.
Home Alone 1 is. I'm sorry. We're gonna. Home Alone 1 is better than Home Alone 2 in so many different ways.
2 is so much better. 2 is way better.
2 was just a slapstick comedy film.
That's what 1 was.
No, 1 had
2
heart.
2 had inherent Christmas elements to it, which 1 did not have.
1 did have inherent Christmas elements.
And it had New York in Christmas time. What's better than that?
I think we've
gone. Where was 1? Was in like in the middle of Wisconsin or some nonsense.
Chicago. It was in Chicago. But it was.
Chicago. Nobody got shot. So
it was 1980s Chicago, which is different.
And 2 had Tim Curry.
2 did have Tim Curry.
So
that's true. And Rob Schneider, who is our guest next week on this show.
Yeah, I wish.
No, that's not.
Me.
Show
me more of your silly fellows.
Okay, so that was Lord Zed.
Great.
Main villain of season 2.
He's the leader of these people.
He's the big bad guy of the first 2 years. Whatever they are.
Now, did this follow the big? Okay.
So that was.
I don't know if we can show that, Stephen.
This guy. He was in the movie. If you watched the movie, so
I did not.
This guy was the main bad guy of Power Rangers Zeo.
This does not look right.
He's a robot thing. So, go ahead and try to figure out what his name is.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah,
I know who this is actually.
Okay.
This is the spurting spark plug.
No, it's not. So if you look closely, you might see he's wearing a crown. So that might help you understand who he is.
This is Prince Gigawatt.
And I'll tell you, he is the leader of the evil Machina Empire.
This is King Vibrato.
Close, except far, but the king part's right. It's King something.
King, ouch! I burned my pants.
So, all right. So a little bit of story before I reveal the name here.
No, I don't want a story. Okay, fine.
But the audience, the audience wants a story. They love stories.
What audience?
They do. 12 people currently.
We could drive downtown in a bus and yell out the window and reach 10 times more people than we are doing this.
True. That's true. But you know what? I have a feeling these people are going to...
There are no buses here. There's no public transportation. It's very odd.
Really? Where you're at? There are no buses?
I'm in Texas. No buses, no cabs. They don't know what cabs are.
We have buses in Arizona.
Spaghetti. Where I'm at. Everything is spaghetti. No matter the shape of the noodle, it's spaghetti.
Everything's spaghetti.
And no matter the flavor of the soda, it's a Coke.
So this
is true. Anyone who's watching in Texas knows this is true. You know this is true.
I know. I've been to Texas before.
Okay.
I'm going to San Francisco in a couple weeks.
And I'm from New York, so this is odd.
Yeah. So this is... Oh, it's a work thing. It's not. I'm in a hackathon.
You're going to see a Broadway show.
I'm not in San Francisco.
Acting, brilliant.
Acting.
Oh.
Do you ever remember SCTV?
Master Thespian.
There's they did the Ricardo Montalban School of Fine Acting. It's my favorite bit. It's Ricardo Montalban School of Fine Acting.
He was a very good actor.
Well, yes, but they were making fun
we know
of him.
Somebody that knew him.
Yes, we do. We do.
And next week we'll have somebody on the show that knew.
Interacted with. I don't know how well he knows
I think
or
he
knew
knew him. They must have worked. They must.
They
have.
probably. I mean, they were worked on the same show, so I imagine
We'll have
that
a
they had crossed
proper
paths.
guest next. If he doesn't cancel after this, we'll have a proper guest next.
Yeah,
week.
we'll see.
Good
we'll
one.
see, because he might
Good
be
one.
he might be one of our 15 viewers.
He's not.
So this is King Mondo of
so
the Evil
stupid.
Machina Empire.
That has
So
nothing to do with the sparks.
yeah, I
coming
know.
out of him, or his
Don't
stupid
worry,
looking
but
face, or
some
his
other
clown
ones,
costume.
some other
Why?
will,
What kind of?
will
That's,
do
what a
that.
lame name is that?
So-
That's stupid. These are. I hate these names so far. I hate their guts.
Don't worry, we're gonna get to better ones. These were supposed to be the gimmies because they were the big villains. But
Well, how would I know that?
I didn't know that you knew nothing about the show. I knew
Well,
that
you asked me, and I said I don't know. I've never seen a single episode.
Yeah, but I just figured from pop culture.
I could name every single bad guy from Ninja Turtles if you want to do that.
Well, I could not. So we could just keep doing like a back and forth thing.
I don't know from this. No, we got to do something.
All right. So
what
the
was
next, this is King Mondo. King Mondo.
That's ridiculous. That's terrible.
So in the show Power Rangers Zeo,
I bet it's better in Japanese.
It probably is. So he forces Lord Zed. He forces Lord Zed to go around on the moon in a Winnebago.
No.
I mean, I thought that's classic comedy.
What did they do in a Winnebago? I don't know. I don't want to.
Lord Zed has to live in a Winnebago because he gets kicked out of his castle by King Mondo. And
I would never be intimidated by this guy.
Well, some people were, and then he.
You know what I do? I would throw your pudding towel at him, and he would immediately short circuit.
Well,
and how pathetic is that? Defeated by a pudding towel.
Defeated by a pudding towel is pretty bad. All right, so this guy.
That's a guy.
This is a guy, and he is from.
I don't like any of this.
Power Rangers Ninja Storm, I believe.
What's that?
But looking at him, you might be able to guess some things. His name is kind of similar. You can kind of guess.
It looks like he has giant eyelashes.
He's not part of his name. Giant eyelashes is not part of his name.
Okay, I know who this is. This is the Mud Mask drag queen.
No, close. But think about the kind of mask he's wearing.
Fingerprinto.
What kind of mask is he wearing?
Like the kind you get at the spa.
No, this is a kind. It's a specific kind of wrestling mask.
A luchador.
He is a luchador.
It doesn't really look like one.
Right. Because it's not. It is kind of, but not exactly. But this is so he's wearing a luchador mask. His name is kind of sounds like luchador, but imagine if you had only kind of heard the name luchador in passing and you didn't remember how to spell it or how to say it. Anyway, his name is
the Closeted Homo.
No, maybe, but no, not in the show, not officially.
No.
Not officially. It's Lotor.
It's the eyelash.
Lotor.
This is Lashador.
Lashador, the luchador with the eyelashes.
Yes.
All right. No, this is Lotor.
Lotor?
Lotor. Or Lothor, depending upon who is pronouncing it. It's
somebody got paid for this.
Lots of money, millions of dollars.
What does it do?
He's just the generic bad guy. He wants to take over the world.
How does he fight? How does he fight anybody? Are those
karate,
giant fingers
kung fu
behind him? What is behind him?
That's his chair. That's just his chair.
That's a hideous chair.
It is, but that is his chair. We're gonna move on to some of the more. These ones are going to be a little bit more fun.
I have to tell you, I don't care for this. I don't care for him. No. Oh. How does he eat? How does he eat?
Well, I would. He actually, this character does actually.
When I was a kid, there was this video. You used to have videos for kids, right? Like home videos. And there was this one called "In Search of the Wow Wow Wibble Wobble Wazzy Woodle Woo." And there was this weird guy dancing around his pajamas in his bedroom, and he was supposed to be a kid. And there was a character called Musty Moldy Melvin that came up from the basement, and he looked just like that. So that's Musty Moldy Melvin's cousin, Dusty Dirty Dennis.
It is not. It is not. But you could. So some of these.
Big Face Jones.
I mean, some of these that you take a look at the thing, and you think, if you were just going to give a name based on what you could tell.
This
Okay.
is I ate my own arms because I'm a stupid idiot, man.
No, the fun thing is he did actually like in the episode he eats all of the Power Rangers but the pink one, and she has to fight him by shooting arrows at his face.
What happened to the
And
other
then
guys?
they got eaten, and then once she shoots enough arrows at his face, he spits them out. But somehow, even though it's clearly like cloth right there, he's able to ingest people. So
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
this character's
I haven't
name
even guessed
is.
yet. I didn't even guess.
All right, keep going. Then go ahead. Give us a guess.
This is the snout.
Not the snout. Not the snout. You take a few guesses. I'm gonna repost this on the Twitters, and
This is pig head hoof hands.
it's good. Good. Let's see. Not pig head hoof hands, but very close. Pig is in the name.
Pig mouth.
No.
The helmeted pig head.
You're gonna kick yourself because you're gonna be like, I should have thought of that.
This is an elderly Jewish gentleman.
No, because that wouldn't be kosher because it's a pig.
Well, he's already a pig.
I guess he is a pig. He could be Jewish. They don't go over that.
He got an exemption. Well, he's a space Jew, so maybe they don't have to. Aren't all these things from space?
So you're worrying about like us getting in trouble because I said the word pot referring to a pot, and you're talking about space Jews. I think
Jews can't go into space.
They could, but I don't think. I think they would just be astronauts at that point, or cosmonauts, depending upon where they launched from.
Well, there are different tribes.
12, right? 12 tribes of.
Well, they have different names, I guess.
Okay, 12 tribes of astronauts.
One could be the astronaut. I don't have them memorized.
No. This is. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Pudgy pig.
Haji pig.
Pudgy.
Pudgy pig.
Yes.
No, it is not.
It is. That is the name of this particular villain. Pudgy pig.
But he doesn't have a body to be pudgy. He's just a big head. He
Yeah.
should be pig head.
Yeah. Yeah. And they would put for the scene, so they would get these shipped from Japan to the studio, and then they'd have to but after they were used, so then they'd have to rewear them for other scenes that they would have to do.
You can buy a glass jar full of this in the bodega for $4.99. It's pickled.
Pig's feet? Pickled pig's feet?
It looks just like this, but there's a bunch of them in there.
Heads and all?
Yeah, eyes, snout, it's all in there.
Okay.
It's a delicacy, is what they tell me.
I'll take your word for it. Let's
Among
move on.
the African American community.
We're going to move on. This guy. Who is he?
This is something you found at that Halloween store, Spirit Halloween, and you put a stick up its back.
This is an actual Power Ranger villain.
It's not.
Yes,
I don't believe you. No, it's not. This is obviously a racist caricature of a Japanese tourist in Times Square. I told you.
This is an actual Power Ranger character.
Look at his camera and his squinty eyes. How dare you? This is, I mean, you didn't do it, but you found this somewhere. He's got an Asian gnome hat.
To be fair, this was all made in Japan. So
I need a picture. You can't. This is terrible.
Yeah,
I'm not playing this anymore.
Well,
this is terrible. You're not racist.
I know. I need
this
name.
Picture. Look at. He's got his camera, his tourist bag. I've seen him. I'm from New York. I have seen this gentleman. He was perfectly nice to me. They always just want directions. They're fine. They're not bothering anybody. They're taking pictures and eating at Applebee's. I wouldn't do it, but to them that is something out of the ordinary. They don't have that in Japan. So they come to Times Square, they go to the Disney store, and they eat at Applebee's, and they think they've absorbed some culture, and that's fine. Who are we to correct them? But to show me this in a disparaging manner.
It's not disparaging. That's just it's just a monster from
you want me to call him a silly name. I'm not going to do that. This is a lovely Japanese gentleman.
Okay,
he's the lovely Japanese gentleman.
Okay, that's your final answer?
The beheaded tourist. He's fine. He's fine. And I'm sure if I met him, we would go for some sushi, and we would have a lovely time. He'd be the language barrier wouldn't even be a problem because they're so polite. There would be a
I'm
lot of
pretty sure.
bowing, and I bet he would try to pay, and I would refuse. And he would insist.
Like my initial thought
But he's
about
fine.
him.
He's fine, and I like him, and I have no bad feelings about him, and he's a lovely gentleman. He
Okay.
could take my picture. It's okay.
All right.
And
So
I would point him the way to the subway or whatever he needed because I'm a hospitable American, unlike whoever made this, which is rude.
the person who made this
And
was
then
Japanese.
they wonder why, Americans have a reputation for being xenophobic. Well, look at this. What is this? I don't like this.
This is
He's fine.
Mr.
Let's move on.
Tickle Sneezer.
Let's move on.
Mr. Tickle Sneezer.
No, I'm not. No, give me the. I'm not hearing this. Give me the next one. No, it isn't. Okay. Now this is racist against New Yorkers. So there's a theme here.
It's not. I would not precisely.
And you know what? Those. Oh boy. Okay.
So this is
man eating taxi.
That's close. You're pretty
What
close.
is that white thing coming out of the side of the pipe? No, don't tell me. That doesn't sound right. I don't want to know. This is the samurai taxi.
No, it's so think of another word for a taxi cab driver.
Steven, you told me not to say the thing that you don't want me to say about it.
Not that thing. Just
Yeah,
if you were in New York, a taxi is also known as
you know darn well who drives the taxis.
Yeah, but a
And
taxi
they're fine. They're fine.
A taxi is known as a.
And they don't bother. They're all here legally, and it's fine. They're totally fine.
Sure.
They have GPS now, so it's totally fine. They're fine. And whoever this is driving this taxi, I welcome him with open arms. He's a lovely man.
I drove once, and I took a taxi because I was in a different town and I didn't have a car at the time.
Well, that's a great story.
I recognized
that's how
that the taxi
work.
driver was driving me in a circuitous route so that they could earn more money. Like I knew exactly how to get.
See, you're implying something here. And you told me not to go down that route, but you're making it very hard.
This is a Tucson, Arizona, and the driver was white, so it's nothing to do racist or anything. It was just a guy who's trying to make extra cash by driving me in a bad way. Anyway, it just reminded me of that. But another word for
the white people that do that.
Another word
and the ones like the last guy we talked about.
Mr. Tickle Sneezer is perfectly fine.
Not that, the one that goes into space. They like the money. Those
Pudgy Pig.
Those space
astronauts.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna at least we'll be able to get Candace Owens on the show if you keep it up.
That would be wonderful.
This is yeah.
Oh boy.
Just think another word
for the tired driver. There's a double meaning there. He has tires.
He does have tires.
And he's tired.
It's actually much less complicated than you think. So another word.
This is Danny DeVito from the television show Taxi.
Yes, 100%. That is exact. It is.
Danny DeVito is Italian, right?
Yes, I think.
But why is he so small?
I think because Italians can be small.
Because he's not I don't know what you can call him. We went through this with the Webster thing. Let's call them Websters. He's not a Webster.
No, he just is a short guy.
But he's very short, and his wife was very short. She was not a Webster either.
No, some Italians
technically they were not Websters.
So like like the Anthony from Avoiding Babylon, he's short too.
I don't know. I know who he is. Is he short?
I don't know. I'm saying it because then people are gonna like say
he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk to me.
No, doesn't talk to me either. Really?
Is he from Jersey? Maybe that's why.
He lives in New York and he has a business that he runs in New York City. I think
he's a construction guy.
Yeah. So he's probably I say it safely from Arizona because he could probably beat me up. But I think he's like
if he does construction, he's stronger than you for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. But although
unless he's a supervisor, they're lazy. I did construction.
I think he owns it. So who knows?
One of my first jobs was construction. It's not easy.
No, my whole family used to be in construction, and then they also own nightclubs. So there are some questions.
I'll protect you, Stephen. I'll protect you. And anyway, you know who my good friend is, don't you?
Yeah, Boss Rutan.
That's right.
And he will not protect me. He'll laugh. So
No, Boss is a very gentlemanly fellow. He really is.
sure.
No, this is serious. Now, this is serious.
Okay.
Boss is probably the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your entire life. He could
I
kill
would
you,
love to
like
meet him.
no problem, but he won't.
That's good.
He is hard to anger. Actually, he's a very nice, sweet guy. He's a great man. Actually, but more people should be like. But this is not part of the. I'm serious.
Yeah.
He's a lovely man, very nice, and has been very kind to me and to the show. Have you
Yeah.
done? You haven't done an episode with him yet, have you?
No,
We'll do that.
I haven't met Boss
We'll do that.
or
Next time
Ripper.
Boss is on. You'll be on, obviously, because you're
I'm here.
And yeah, you'll love him.
People are sitting there like screaming at their screens right now, like, just what's the name of the stupid taxi?
It looks like it's made out of donuts with spikes on it. Oh man. But it's okay. So what you've taught me is it's something banal. It is not, there's no fanciful naming conventions in this series. So this is Road Rash.
No, this is, are you ready for it?
You want me to call it something like the Armenian because you said it's like who drives the taxis.
No, okay. Who drives a taxi? A taxi is driven by a
it could be a lovely Indian fellow, and he smells fine, and he smells fine.
Cabbie. You call a taxi driver a cabbie.
I like Indian food. I think it's delicious. Curry doesn't bother me, and he's fine, and I can understand him perfectly. Okay.
It's an angry taxi driver. His name is the Krabby Cabbie.
I hate your guts.
This is all right.
I'm never doing the show again. What is this? I'm never doing this show again.
This is another Power Ranger villain.
Good night, everybody. This is it. I'm never doing this again. I quit.
So
it has taken 4 hours.
Yeah, I know, right?
First of all,
I don't know what
this is.
This is our opening gag.
This is something from a club that I would never go to. Thank you very much. This was children's television. No wonder everybody is nuts, and the drag queens are reading to them because it seems normal because they grew up with this. This is Lady Lipstick.
Close.
She looks like what you get for free, what they give your grandmother for free at the cosmetics counter at Marshall's.
Right. So think about like, here are my clues for you. So this is a lady, and she's a singer.
You got a pretty loose definition of the term lady.
She's a singer.
Lady like here. She's a singer. This is Lady Gaga.
This is a lady who's
it looks like Lady Gaga.
Doesn't actually sing.
She would wear, well, that's Lady Gaga. You've described Lady Gaga.
So just think of weird names that way.
Okay, I got it. This is the Mute Prostitute.
No, but similar, oddly enough.
Oh no.
No, it's not as bad. I mean, she's scantily
I don't even
clad
want to see this from the back.
A monster.
I mean,
yeah.
This was on children's television.
It was, there was quite some controversy at the time.
I never watched it. I had parents.
Yeah, me too. But I watched this. I remember the first episode, and it was a big deal. My parents put it on to watch it, and I was hooked on this show. I watched so much, and for so many years.
Before or after the Microsoft convention, you were forced to watch every year.
This Apple convention, and this was.
Your dad would say, "We're going to watch the Microsoft convention," and then after you toiled through that,
then we had to watch the highlights.
Let's reward you. You can relax with a little bit of children's S&M content.
That was
it was lovely in your home, wasn't it?
I watched it every day. So that satellite dish that I told you about, we picked up Fox Kids, and they would do reruns of this every single day. And so I would watch Power Rangers every day. I would get home off of.
Why didn't you watch the Jetsons like a normal kid, or He-Man?
I didn't have the Jetsons, really. I mean, I think that was a little before my time. I saw some of it.
It was syndication. It was before mine too, but
yeah. I think I saw some of that.
I've seen I Love Lucy. Do you think I was alive when I Love Lucy was on the air?
I don't know how old you are. You look great for your age. If you were,
thank you. For my age, that you don't know what it is. I could be 22.
Then you'd look terrible for your age. But
not terrible.
Good. No, you look great. Great for your age. I'm
pale, and I told you why.
Yeah,
it's not my fault.
It's okay. I believe you.
I will change that. I'll fix that. I'm Italian. I take on a lovely hue when given enough.
Son.
And I'm not Sicilian because those aren't Italians.
Okay,
This is
because
so.
yeah. Okay, I think I'm from my family's from Napoli. But
Oh, okay. I'm from
I
Sorrento. Not far.
okay. I don't know well enough about that. I have
You
a
don't
friend
know.
who's in
You don't know
Italy right
anything.
now. I don't know
He's in
anything.
Italy right now. Is
She,
it
but
that
yes.
Anthony guy?
No, it's not Anthony. It's a coworker of mine. This character,
No,
because
I'm
we
not
have a
done.
couple left. Okay, go on.
Boy, I feel like one of my guesses was right.
I mean, it's close. There's a lot of guesses there's a lot of elements in your guesses that are good, but you have to really focus on like
No, I
this
don't want
here.
to focus on any of it. Well,
Yeah. Okay.
those are two giant lipsticks.
Yeah.
I already said
So
it's lady lipstick. This
so
is the mascara
this is.
because
Tell
she
me when you're
pulls
done.
that thing off the top of her head, and it's a giant mascara brush, and
I
she
mean,
just.
there's a lot of lip stuff going on here, right? So she's got the
Oh,
lipstick.
Steven. Oh, come on.
She's got this sword that also is a pair of lips. I think it's
Oh,
a
I
little
see that.
weird.
Oh no, this is Mrs. Kisses.
That actually, I think that'd be a much better name than
Well,
what she
anything I
has.
said would be a much better name than for any of these people. This
So
has
this
been
is
horrible. No, wait, I'm not
okay.
done.
Okay.
This is the slobberer.
No, she's not the slobber.
Okay, I give up.
This is lip syncer.
Get. What? Oh, come on. That's
This
just
one,
a dragon they bring out on New Year's.
it's very close. This one is if you were to take the two things that they smashed together to make this, you would understand the name of it.
This is California roll.
No, not California roll. Although I would like a California, but no, this is not California. I actually Friday I had California rolls for dinner. It's nice.
Okay.
So they're fish. So well, they're actually
Yes,
not
I
even
know.
fish. No, they are fish. They're monkfish.
Well,
They're just not crab.
if it was real California roll, it's crab, but most of
It-
them are
no.
imitation, which is
crab.
fish.
It's the K.
What is
crab.
that?
K.
What is a gang sign? I don't want gang signs.
It's a K for crab. With K, crab with a K. That's the monkfish. I think it's monkfish.
Crab with a K.
It's
It's a variety. It depends.
Sure.
It's often a blend, a pastiche of cheap white fishes.
Yes. So this
Source: I worked in restaurants.
you did.
Also, my best friend of many years is Chinese, so I can't say anything offensive.
Sure. All right.
Like
My best friend of many years is
Don't say it.
Irish.
Oh, okay. So
I think he's Irish.
So are you.
No, I'm part Irish, but he's like more Irish.
Oh.
He's also an atheist, so yeah, he's my token atheist friend.
A lot of them
everyone's got a token atheist.
A lot of them in Ireland now are like that.
This bad. Monster. What is it?
Fuzzy pickle. Oh no, you know what this looks like? This looks like you pull it apart. It's delicious. The artichoke.
Artichoke? You know what? It's similar.
No, the artichoke.
The artichoke.
You put a little flair on it, you know.
Well, because I could see because it's got like the tentacles that can choke you, and it looks kind of like an artichoke.
Right, and it looks like an artichoke.
Yeah.
This is finger trap. Remember those?
Yeah. Because if you had to push in to get your fingers out, if you
and it looks like it has a bunch of fingers. This is finger trap. Finger trap.
It is not.
Except for some reason, they've put wisps of fried onion on his head. Head?
Yeah.
Is that his head?
It's hard to say. I liked when I got strong enough taking the finger traps and like just pulling them apart so that it would tear the actual finger trap apart.
Why did you like that?
I felt like I was cheating at the game. You know.
Yeah, you felt like you had the big muscles then to tear the finger trap. But you had the cheap finger trap. You get the ones in the fantastic finger trap. You can't pull it the body trap of your finger made in Austria is the better ones. Yeah, you got the cheap from China finger trap. Make you feel like a big man with the muscles.
We actually watched Jingle All the Way today.
Well, that's your problem.
I was like, I haven't seen that movie in such a long time, and then we watched it. I'm like, I understand why I haven't seen that movie in such a long time.
I can see by the clock. It's time to wrap up. We'll leave off on the finger trapping artichoke. This is The thing you find under your bed when you haven't vacuumed for a month.
Kind of.
This
So
is fungus.
what does this section down here look like?
It looks like an artichoke. A palm tree. This is the palm.
Think of more tropical.
The rabid palm.
Think of a fruit.
Well, he's got kind of like hair. This is the Jamaican fellow.
No, not
the rabid Rastafarian.
No, not the. This
is the cuckoo coconut tree. Those are coconuts. The cuckoo coconut tree.
A cuckoo coconut. Nope, not cuckoo coconut. I have a problem here because I'm looking at my screen and I keep going up to this to see how many viewers we have, which, by the way, 57. So not bad.
I feel sorry for each and every one of them.
Yeah, but they're screaming at the screen right now because they know what.
Tell me what the stupid thing is, Steven. Just get it over.
This is pine octopus. Like a pineapple and an octopus.
I can't tell you how much I hate that.
This one
I can't tell you how much I hate that. What is this?
This is something.
This is the guy. This is the guy that tries to wash my windows with spit every time I stop at a red light in Houston.
These right here are just as a hint.
I've seen
these are baseball gloves.
He's just trying to get by. But still, I don't want it. I don't want the spitted window wash.
No, but he's gonna wash.
And you got to be careful because you never know what mood he's in.
Yeah.
When you tell him no, oh no, thank you, sir. Well,
you just got to toss a $5 out the window and then hope for the best.
Well, he's just going to use it to buy a 40.
You're just trying to get out of the situation alive, is what I'm saying. So you
toss a $5. He's very weak.
Depends.
He probably is wearing Depends. Yeah.
That's not where I was going. I'm going to be a shark now.
It smells like it. This is you said those are baseball mitts?
Those are baseball mitts. That's your hint.
Are you talking about like literally they use that to make the costume, or they're supposed to be baseball mitts?
They are supposed to be baseball mitts.
Context of the lore.
In the context of the name.
I'm going to be generous and say this show has lore.
It does. It does. It actually has a very rich backstory, which changes from year to year because they have to just add more monsters and reasons.
Because nobody wants to hear about the tickly pickle or whatever it was the last one.
Pine octopus. But usually what happens is, like, in most of the episodes, it's like a random thing that they have now becomes the monster.
This is the goat foot goblin.
Yeah, the goat feet don't really fit with the rest. It's probably.
But the rest of it makes perfect sense. Yeah, the rest of it is totally cohesive, Steven. It's just the feet.
Right. The feet don't match with like the bat wings and the baseball glove hands and
this is the batter upper. The batter upper.
The batter upper. Very close. You're on the right track, but it's going to make you angrier when you hear it.
The fuzzy shortstop.
The fuzzy. I like that one. It's not right, but I like it. I think we all could just enjoy the fuzzy shortstop.
This is Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter. That's actually the closest you've come to the actual name, because that is the closest that you have come to it.
This is Batmanoff.
Think of like the most famous baseball player to have ever lived.
That's Babe Ruth.
Uh-huh. And how would you turn him into a monster?
Or Lou Gehrig. This is the disease.
Nope, not Lou Gehrig's disease. That's different. No. Not this.
This is not Baby Ruth.
It's like, think of Ruth, like Babe Ruth, but then he's mad. He's angry.
So this is another Jewish fellow because his last name is Ruth.
I don't know if Ruth is decided.
Oh, he's got the big mitts. This is the penny pincher.
Nope. No. See there. Now that's not. No, that's not it. No. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this one? Because we got two more after this.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
This is Babe Ruthless.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. This is Kabuki.
This is so.
What is on her chest?
That's a camera.
Again? Steven, come on.
It's a camera that was transformed into a monster.
Give me a break, Steven. This is the lady version of that other one.
They're all just weird amalgamations.
This is another just fine tourist. She's fine. There's nothing wrong. This is that hat is from her culture.
So you're saying it's Mrs. Tickle Sneezer?
I don't know what its name is. It's just a nice lady. It's a nice lady, and she's fine. And she's taking pictures, and she doesn't understand personal space because she comes from a different culture, and it's not her fault.
And the camera has an eye on the middle of it for some reason.
Well, I mean, it's fine. And it's fine.
Also, she's blind.
She has a lovely hat. She's blind.
I don't. She's got those big blind glasses. You know what I mean? Like the ones where your eyes have been dilated.
Well, years ago, when I used to actually hang out in New York City, it was the young Japanese girls that always had like whatever the up to the minute hot fashion thing was, head to toe, with the biggest logos they could find. Yeah. So that's just you know, a name brand camera that I'm probably not familiar with, and a hat from, I don't know, where do the kids go? Forever 21.
Sure, I think it's just a Polaroid camera that's turned evil. If I were to hazard a guess as to what this monster is,
why are you guessing?
I'm guessing because I don't remember this particular episode, but I know the name of the one episode. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what? You just gave me the clue. But being that she was only in one episode and she's got a disposable camera, this is single use.
No, not single use. No.
Because that could take a different. I don't like the implications of that.
No, this is not single use. This is. I'm waiting for you to tell me if it's okay for me to tell you, because this is the second last. This is the penultimate monster before we get to the ultimate monster.
Yeah. I look at her shoulders. This is Bloomin' Onion.
Bloomin' Onion's good, but not this. This is the name of.
I don't like this guy. Kabuki makeup. This is very unseemly. It's just a nice lady. This is a lady who wants to take a picture. This is the lady who works at the photo place that your parents would take you when you were a kid, and they make you put on your tightest sweater. It doesn't really fit anymore because it's nice, and they sit you in front of those fake backgrounds in the portrait studio, and this lady yells at you to smile, and it's her job. It's fine, and they take your picture, and you pay $50 for the print, and then your mother loses it before the next holiday season, and then you have to do it all over again. It's fine. That's this lady. This is the portrait studio nice lady, and she's fine. It's fine, and everything's fine.
Her name is Photomare.
Isn't that what I said? That's what I said.
Basically, I'm going to give you a point for that.
That's what I said. So no, I thought we were done. Oh.
This is the last one. This is the
barnacle.
This is the last monster.
This is Barnacle
biblically correct monster. This is a biblically accurate monster. So
that's not fun. No. This is Barnacle Bob.
Barnacle. No, those are all eyes, not barnacles.
But they look like barnacles.
Yeah, but they're eyes, and some of them are floating.
Okay. So you know what it is? It's the blinking barnacle.
The blinking barnacle. I like it. It's not. That's not right. It's not the blinking barnacle.
This is the voyeur.
Good. Yeah, it's a much dumber name than that. That would have been good. That would have been a good name. Most of these names have been very dumb.
It's a kind of a frog. This is the frog leg pervert.
That was
a friend of mine's your dressing room
in college.
He sees you in the dressing room.
He sees you everywhere. He is the frog-legged pervert. No, it's not the frog-legged pervert. Not the frog-legged pervert. I mean, that would have been I think a much better name than this one. So tell me what you got. What are you thinking?
I think he needs some eye drops.
Definitely needs eye drops. Probably lots of them. He probably has like a subscription on Amazon to eye drops.
This is his the Beholder. The Beholder.
Ooh, behold! Look at my eyes. This guy would be the guy like on the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland, where it's like, don't look into my eyes. He'd have to. He has no choice. He's like so many eyes. He's gonna look into the eyes.
Speaking of that, let's remind everybody how you replaced me on the Indiana Jones sketches that you did and begged
I
me to do
did.
the voice of, which I did
did.
excellent, by the way.
You did. You did.
And then
I
you
needed to
replaced me.
re-record. We talked
You
about this.
replaced
I
me
needed
from
to
Theodore
re-record.
from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
We
is what
needed
you
to
did.
re-record.
You sounded like this. Yeah, I'm Indiana Jones. Well, that doesn't sound like Indiana Jones. This sounds like Indiana Jones.
You did a good Indiana Jones, but
Well, of course.
But like I needed a re-record of a few
Why?
lines.
It was perfect. You did not need a re-record.
There were issues, and I couldn't get the
You have
re-record
issues.
from you. You disappeared, and
What?
then I didn't hear from you.
Well,
And every time I tried to talk to you, you were
had
like,
me on retainer.
I
It was a
know, but
favor.
I know, and I appreciated it. And then I was like, I need some to change some things. And then it was like, nah, I'm out. Peace. So that was the thing.
We talked about this. I left the thing I was doing.
Yeah, I know. You went dark for like 6 months.
Well, you know what? They put a hit out on me. I had to go underground.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds exactly like what former employers may.
That's why Rick went back there. They threatened him, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd think that he might have been the guy who was hired to take you down, because like he's got the guns.
Yeah, but come
on. This guy.
This is No Blinky.
No Blinky. That also much better than the actual name.
Oh, well, just tell me.
This is I Guy.
Okay, I've hated this. We're never doing this again.
Okay,
and I hated this.
That was,
and also I did not like this so much.
So next week we'll do something.
You didn't even let me do any of the good guys.
Well, no, this was just the villains.
Fairy, the Smurf. I know they have colors.
Yeah, I mean, but the
White Pride. That's the tiger.
No, that was the White Ranger, and he was the White Tiger. He was White Tiger, yeah, but he wasn't White Pride.
And when he would transform, he would say "White Power."
No, that's not. It was White Ranger Tiger Power, and that was.
Well, that's close enough. That's what I said, isn't it?
That was Tommy Oliver, who was played by Jason David Frank, who killed himself like 2 years ago.
Oh well, that's.
I know it was. I know it was like the saddest thing, because all of a sudden in his Twitter is like, yeah, he killed himself, and it's like,
well, a lot of those supremacists are very angry inside and catches up with
He wasn't he was a totally chill, cool guy, and then but like his brother had died from a drug overdose or something like that.
Oh, why? So why? This is a comedy show.
This is how
supposedly
a comedy show. Okay, all right. So that's that was our opening gag.
Outfit, right?
I'm in a shark
outfit. Let's guess your name. Put on your stupid thing.
If I were Power Ranger villain as this shark.
Well, now it looks like a walrus.
It's supposed to be a shark. There's a dorsal fin.
This is the fuzzy walrus.
Roar! It's got teeth. See?
What is that?
This is the bottom flap. This is the bottom part of the mouth.
I don't want to see your bottom flap. No, put that away.
There's a little thing right here. So if I connect it up.
Oh, this is good. You should do every show like this. Yeah, that's good. I like. Yeah, no, that's good. I like that.
No, it gets really hot in there. And
what was your favorite present at Christmas? Tell me, I command you.
The ringing of the bell commands you. I really like this.
That's one of my favorite shows ever.
I know, it's such a great one. We watch it every year at Halloween. So on Halloween, the week of Halloween, usually the day before Halloween.
And there's a new Wallace and Gromit, which I'm excited.
But it's on Netflix, and I don't have the Netflix.
Yes, but there are ways around these things, Steve.
I know, and I'll figure it out, and I'll be able to watch it at some point. Generally speaking,
you are a tech savvy person, supposedly.
You don't need to be tech savvy to be able to get around that. So the way to get around it, all you got to do is go.
Nope.
This is legal. It's all legal. You go to a bookstore or any store that sells DVDs, and you'll be able to pick up one of these DVDs. The streaming services, they want to make the money from people who don't have streaming services.
This is more great wisdom from you. Okay, this is 4 for 4. The streaming services, they want to make the money.
Yes.
So let's review. Let's review again. This is good.
Okay,
so the first episode, Steven said, babies are born small and they grow and get bigger.
That
was the first one. Then the second one, you said, everybody's part something.
Yes.
I can't remember what the third one was. Something about goats. And now the streaming services, they want to make the money.
They want to
This
make
is
money.
wonderful. I
Well,
hope
my
that people
wife,
at home are writing this down.
my wife
And
gets on me all the
compiling a book
time.
of wisdom.
She wants
We
to
will see
watch.
from you.
She wants to watch like a particular show off of
Who
Netflix
does?
or something like that. My wife. She wants to watch
Don't bring your
some
wife
kind of
into
show.
this.
Anyway, and so like if you wait a couple weeks after it comes out on the streaming services, they put it out on DVDs for places like Alaska where they can't have streaming services because
Why?
the internet's so terrible over there. So they still have Blockbusters, or at least they did a couple of years ago, because the internet's bad.
There's only one Blockbuster left.
It's in like, yeah, but the only existing Blockbusters, like, I'm just saying, Alaska and other places that have bad internet connections, you still go to places to buy movies. And so the streaming services will take their streaming exclusive movies and they'll put them out on DVD, and then you can buy them on DVD.
Well, they put them out anyway, usually.
Right. It depends. Yeah, it depends. But like,
so you're suggesting that in 2 weeks I fly to Alaska. I mean, I like Wallace and Gromit as much as the next guy, but you want me to fly to Alaska and find the Inuit? They don't like Eskimo. I found out the Inuit DVD store where they sell nothing but exclusive direct-to-disc streaming service properties, and
100%.
pay what I'm sure is an exorbitant fee because of what we do to those poor people. By maybe paying whiskey, and then fly back.
I mean, you could certainly do that.
When there's an easier way to do this.
Okay. I'm going to go to my local
right now.
My local bookstore, which has we bought you know that the Sonic the Hedgehog movies had like a mini series called Knuckles, and it's exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Why on earth would I know that?
Okay. Well, they did. And
I know you don't know how old I am, but do I look 12? Do I look 12 to you?
You have a kid. I don't know.
I have a kid, yeah.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe you I don't know if she watches Sonic. Anyway, the Knuckles show is not for 3-year-olds. Heads up.
Well,
but
there you go.
We bought it on DVD at Barnes & Noble just like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It was there, and we're like, hey,
this is what?
So it's a streaming exclusive TV show, but you can buy it on DVD.
So why are you trying to get me to fly? Like I was going to fall for that.
Yeah, I just want to see you fly to Alaska. That's all.
I would love to go to Alaska, actually.
It'd be nice, but I'm not commenting on that. That's not.
I would like to live there.
You can't expense that on this show. So, and we don't get paid for the show. So there's not yet, but someday.
We have amassed 2 subscribers though. Since we started, I meant to tell you. I checked the analytics, the good old analytics. We're up 2 subscribers. Hey.
Sweet. And I want to let you know that
you still have not told me your favorite Christmas present.
I said it was this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, this thing. I liked it. I like it a
lot.
lot.
What do you do with that normally? No, don't tell me.
I wear it to keep warm.
What was the favorite present that you gave?
So I gave. Here's my favorite present that I gave, and I posted this on my Twitter account, which is
I don't follow you.
At thing right down there. My brother. I had an AI book made for my brother about how much cooler I am than he is.
I saw that. So this is a work of fiction.
It's not fiction. It's true.
You said it's about how you're cooler than he is. So
yeah, I know. And I mean, he is the guitar playing like a podcaster for Make Weird Music, which has like hundreds of thousands of views every week. But that doesn't mean that I'm not cooler.
Well, why don't we have him on here instead of you? He brings an audience.
Yeah, because he's.
What do I have you for? So you can show me dopey, pervy pictures of weirdos in costumes and try to tell me they're Japanese guys and taxi drivers. This is what I got.
Yeah, this is what like you can't afford him, but you can afford me because I'm free.
So far.
That's far. I haven't asked for much.
Well, there's nothing.
Right, I know, but when there is something else,
I'm glad you pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today.
But we do have 64 viewers currently. So there are 64 people who
each and every one of you. I apologize.
I know but it was a good show.
Saw the diapered Frogman and Captain Pokey, or whatever they were, from that dopey show that Steven likes.
Pine Octopus.
Which is obviously created by absolute perverts and anti-Semites. Anyway.
Possible. I mean, I'm not going to discount it. But
the Japanese are very they're very insular.
Sure.
That's why their subways look so nice.
Sure. I'm just gonna go ahead with that. I'm not.
Well, it's not my fault. I mean, I
remember,
don't have any influence on Japanese foreign policy.
Look,
And
I don't know.
I
I don't know
I
anything.
just said the subways. Like, you can go online and look up pictures of Japanese subway.
I've never been on a subway train in my entire life.
You can eat a tempura shrimp off the floor, and many do.
I do enjoy tempura shrimp, but I've never been on a subway either here or in New York. Or yeah, I was. But we lived in Huntington, which was far enough away, and we never went into the city.
You don't even know what county that was in because you asked me.
Right, because I moved when I was 8. Well, I moved from Huntington when I was 5.
Oh, you're from Suffolk? And you said, no, I'm Huntington. That's in Suffolk County.
Okay, fine. It's in Suffolk. I was
from Stony Brook.
Originally. I lived in Huntington for like
Eastern Suffolk.
5 years of my life. And then I went, I think I did like kindergarten there, a little bit of kindergarten. And then I moved to upstate.
You were in kindergarten at 8 years old?
At 5. And then I went to Huntington.
Oh, wait, where did you start? Where did you start?
I'm sorry, Huntington. I went to Carmel, Mount Carmel. Is where I lived until I was like 8. And then we moved to Arizona, and I've been in Arizona ever since. But we never went into the city.
My best friend lived in China until he was 8. He was born there. So I'm just letting everyone know once again, nothing I've said is offensive regarding the Asian people.
Regarding the Asian people, sure. Some of the other stuff regarding
his family and I are very close. There's no problem. I could call him right now. I could call his mother.
What would you call him?
I'll call him by his name, which is totally pronounceable to the English tongue. It's fine.
It's fine. But you're Italian.
They say it backwards though. They say the last name first. Some kind of, I don't know why.
That's fairly common in like
all of China,
Asian cultures. I think it's all Asian cultures because that's something that I noticed from my teenage years.
The dog.
No, that's not. No.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I don't.
I'm not him personally, but the
Chinese people. There's
it's their culture.
It's part of they have those
guinea pigs in Peru or something.
New Guinea. No, not New Guinea. They eat guinea pigs.
That would make sense.
That would, but they don't eat guinea pigs in New Guinea. They
get a New Guinea and they eat it.
Where's my guinea? I ate it.
What'd you call me?
There's guinea fowl. We have guinea fowl that we eat. So
peacocks are peafowl.
Yes, they are. They are
peafowl.
Yes, it's either a peacock or a peahen.
Do you have peacocks?
My neighbor has.
Flannery O'Connor had a peahen. And Flannery O'Connor wrote fantastic essays about peacocks, and they were a pain in the butt, but beautiful.
Well, maybe I should get a peacock so I can write essays about peacocks.
It's been done.
I'm just okay. Then I'll write essays about goats.
You could. Why don't you write an essay about how your cow tried to molest you?
It's not molest. A little bit. But for those who want to hear that story, they have to go back to.
I don't think a cow can do a little bit of anything. It's all in or it's nothing. We have cows. There are cows here. Well, there are cows. This is Texas.
Yeah.
I've never in my life seen, and where I lived in Long Island, farms. Growing up, I was surrounded by farms and vineyards. Beautiful. There are cows. Not until you did I ever hear of a cow attempting to take advantage of a person. First of all, this is a cow. This is a cow. This is a female. This is a cow. And then you told me
a heifer.
You said it learned it from the goats. Yes. Like that explains everything. Oh, okay, of course. Well, that makes sense.
That's what goats do.
That's what goats do.
Goats mount each other. Yeah.
They accost.
Yeah.
People.
Not people. Other goats.
Well, you're a person.
Yeah, but I'm a person, and they if they tried to accost me,
the cow thought you were a goat.
Quite possibly. I don't speak cow. I wasn't able to converse and to say, hey, I am not a goat. But it only happened the one time. And then we got a bull, and the bull solved the problem.
I don't want to hear about this.
The bull solved the problem.
Do you have bees for the honey?
No, I've thought about bees, but I don't like getting stung. And I know that if you take care of them, you don't really get stung much at all, but you still get stung. If you keep bees, you're going to get stung. And I don't like getting stung. So We get carpenter bees a lot, though.
Should we put that one in the book?
Bees sting. If you have bees, you get stung.
You have bees and you get stung. I don't think that's true. You wear the big suit.
Yeah, but they like any
Kind of reminds me of
beekeeper
the
I've
one,
talked to.
Buzz Aldrin wore when they pretended to go to the moon.
I actually have a beekeeper suit because we had
I don't want
carpenter
to hear
bees.
about why.
We had carpenter bees. I had to
Mhm.
get rid of them. And they
Why,
like
their buildings weren't up to code.
yeah, it's a problem. I had a wasp once come straight at the mask and was like
Mhm.
trying to sting me through the
Yeah, they're mean. They're mean.
Yeah,
I'm in
I know.
Texas. They're here.
So
They're terrible.
I had
But
to
they're
take
stupid. You know what you do?
Dove soap.
You can do that. But if you crumple up a paper bag, this is true,
Yeah.
and put filling in it and hang it outside on the door, they'll think it's a wasp nest. They're total idiots. They're mean but stupid.
Yes.
And then the territory has already been taken and they won't hang around. It worked. I did it. Because at first I was like, there's no way this works. No, it does. I did it. They never came back. And you couldn't move for wasps in our old house. It was terrible.
Yeah. Wasps are the worst. I got stung.
My relatives here say I say terrible instead of terrible, but I don't think I do.
No,
They
I
make
heard
fun of me.
terrible.
It's an accent.
I got stung.
I'm classically trained, I'll have you know.
I was trying
Did
to
you know that?
make.
Did I ever tell you
I
that?
did not.
It's
I did
true.
not. But it sounds
Shakespeare.
your voice. You've got a good timbre. So
I
you
did.
sound like.
I did Shakespeare in prep school.
I did Shakespeare in high school, which is the same
it's like
thing.
the same thing.
I took a class. It wasn't
Prep
like
school
an
is like
actual.
high school for fancy people. I didn't pay
but
for it.
I'm not fancy.
I stole it. I got a scholarship.
Oh.
I used to be smart, Steven, and something happened. I don't know what happened. I asked my wife this all the time. How does this happen? I tested well when I was young. I did well.
I would like to
school there.
I would like to say
and now look at me.
Yeah. I mean, I think you realize the limitations that you didn't realize you had.
There's a lot of them.
Right. Like
no, but they wouldn't let me in the school now if they tested me. They'd say,
they probably have an issue with your age. They'd be like, sorry, you're too old.
Well, they can't assume my age.
I mean,
they could identify as much younger.
They could take an ID.
Well, I don't know. We don't.
Who knows?
I don't consent to that voter ID.
I think it'd be an interesting legal conundrum to put out there. I think it'd be fun though. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it happen. But yeah, I mean, so this was good. I mean, if we had a guest, we probably. I'm not saying we're done, but yeah, we're wrapping up. I'm trying to wrap. I'm wrapping.
We're done.
So this is the part where
that's what your other friend does.
Yeah, I know. Just done.
You know what? All of you people are at least partially my fault.
What do you mean, you people?
You know what I mean. All of you. I emancipated you, so to say, from anonymity.
I owe all of my success to you, and I will never forgive you for that.
A little bit. You, the other one.
You're the one that got me on
the only one I'm proud of really had nothing to do with me. That I just happened to catch him before he really blew up, and that's Chris Lewis and Trevor. But you and the other one, I disavow. Who's Trevor Moore?
He's a famous.
What comedian. Are you eating now? Are you kidding me?
Same thing. Chocolate orange. They're good.
Have you ever seen on any real show anybody do this?
No, but that's what makes us different.
Anyway,
this is what sets us apart.
That's what makes us different. You eat on camera and look 100%. Things up and don't pay attention and never do research on our guests. This is what makes us different.
This is what makes us different. This is what people tune in for. These 65 people that are watching us right now.
Don't ever tell me the numbers.
Okay, I won't tell you it's 65.
I haven't seen a single super chat. Have you?
No, because they're all on the YouTubes. Not the YouTube. They're on the Twitters, and the Twitters don't allow for.
That doesn't help us.
I mean, if you're following me right now and you're watching this right now.
I don't follow you. I told you.
I'm not talking to the people, not to you. The people should go to the YouTube channel or go to you and then look up the YouTube channel and subscribe because this is
follow me on Twitter.
It is a fluke that we're broadcasting on X because I accidentally signed up for the premium.
Yeah, we're not going to do this anymore. So this really won't help us. These people need to get used to coming to YouTube to watch.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. They got to go to the YouTube to watch.
Please come to YouTube to watch.
That's what I'm saying. And
high
also
fidelity.
And also, if you're in the Phoenix area,
did you put this in 1080? You have to select it.
Maybe I don't remember. I did a thing and I just checked the boxes.
Okay.
I don't know.
Next week we have a guest.
Next week we have a guest. Do you want to announce who that guest is?
Should we?
I mean, we got to give people a reason to tune in.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. No, it is not Bruce Willis.
He can't talk anymore.
Yeah, he would be a terrible guest.
That's not nice.
I'm just saying, if someone can't talk, they're not a great guest on a podcast.
I said on Twitter, somebody from one of these like film fan Twitter accounts put out a thing. The celebrities we've lost in 2024. And I said, the year's not over yet. There's still time to lose De Niro. Maybe we could find Bob Newhart again and lose De Niro.
Man, that'd be great.
Right?
I missed the opportunity that I didn't like.
He wasn't going to talk to you.
You know what?
He wasn't going to talk to you. Why would he talk to you?
I don't know. I don't know
He's
why.
Not gonna talk.
Look, I read his book. Maybe he would have talked.
I mean, if he saw you in public, he might say, "Hey, little fella," and then give you a little pat on the head, and he'd be on his way. I don't know how tall you are.
If he saw me in public, he would probably say, "Who are you?" and get out of my way.
You would harass him. You would harass him. I know you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been harassing Paul Rugg for the last couple of years. So
well, Paul's nice.
Yeah, he is. Like he has. Like,
we're working on a big. Lost. When I say we, I mean me. Are working on a big musical guest also.
Ooh.
Possible announcement soon. You won't know who they are because you are a dork.
That's very true. Is it okay? I'm gonna
big. I tell you, big. They're big. I tell you.
Is it the Hillbilly?
Wait, but this has gone totally off the rails.
No,
so we're gonna wrap this up. Are we announcing the guest? Are we announcing?
Yeah, you announce. This is your show. I'm just. It's. I'm gonna make sure I say the name right because I always get these wrong. So next week,
remember me from such shows as
John McCann, right? John McCann.
Tom McCann is the place where you used to get children's shoes if you couldn't afford Oshkosh and Buster Brown's.
Mine were always from Walmart, so I don't.
We didn't have Walmart. We didn't have Walmart until we had Caldor, which sounds like a mountain in Lord of the Rings.
Caldor calls for our aid.
But Caldor was nice. It was like Target, but less gay.
You know what?
What?
I know exactly what you mean.
They had no tucking.
No, it's not just. Well, we didn't have to expand. Just that was a perfect.
Well, you can't expand because it's all tucked.
Okay. John McCann, who was one of the writers on Animaniacs and Freakazoid, I believe. Yeah. So I believe he's joining us next week.
Yes,
I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, because
and eventually I'm hoping we'll get John and Paul together on the same episode.
And then all we got to do is get.
No, don't say that. We're not getting him. We're not bothering. What were you gonna say?
George and Ringo.
Oh, this is something about a finger.
No, George and Ringo. John, Paul, George, Ringo. We got to get a George in here and a Ringo in here, and then we can be like, hey, we got John, Paul, George, and Ringo on here, and people are like, most of those are dead.
There are a lot of dirty commies. I don't want them.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it'd just be funny.
And you know what else they were? They were what do you call those people that stand at the airport with the orange robes? They're bald.
Oh, loonies?
Yeah, but they have a real name.
Lunitarians.
Harry Krishnas.
Oh, the Krishnas.
Harry Krishnas.
So there's the Lunitarians are the ones that believe like that the moon is a god, and they were at airports for a while, and then
I can't end it. I don't have the power.
Okay, so
I'll let you control this for some reason. Nobody's watching this anymore. It's gone on to shut this down.
Shut this down. Okay.
I'm finished.
St. Philip Neri Festival is February 15th. If you're in the Phoenix area, please join us for that. And when I say us, I mean me, because Chris can't make it because he is in Texas, and it is a long drive. That too. Well, do we get this show working and making thousands of dollars a day, and
I am a stand-up.
You okay?
Better than that phony you got coming.
The one that has like 200,000 followers. I think I'm going to stick with him. He's good. He's cool.
His popularity is the indicator of genius. Nobody like Da Vinci, huh?
Okay, I mean, if he had a Twitter, we'd see what happened, but he doesn't. So hard to say.
Hitler didn't sell a single painting.
No. Very popular guy though in certain circles.
No
St. Philip Neri Festival. CatholicComedy.com/festival. If you can go, I'd love to have you. If you can't make it and you want to make a donation, you can make a donation there to help us cover the cost. That's all we're looking to do. Anything above the cost, we're going to be donating to a charity, TBD, because we're still figuring out which charity we're going to donate to. But we have to wait to see if we make the money from it to do that. I appreciate anything that anyone who's listening can go and do. I'm really looking forward to next week, Chris, with you.
All links for that, by the way, are in the description for the channel.
Yes.
So if you go to YouTube and go to Good Night Everybody's channel page, all the descriptions, all the links for Steven's whatever are right
festival. There. Yeah, my whatever festival. And yeah, so this is the time when we freeze.
Good night, everybody.